Okay, what I'm going to do here is I am going to type in sets of coordinates for a text screen drawing. So I have several sets of coordinates, and what I'm going to do is type them in as sets in a data line. So my first coordinate is 28, 6. Then I have 26, 8. Then I have 38. And then I have 24 and 32, 10. Then I have 22, 12 and 34, 12. And I also have 20, 14. And finally 36, 14. So this is going to be a triangle on text screen. And so right now we have the peak here of the triangle, and then we have the sides in pairs, horizontally going down. And now we're going to have the base of the triangle, which is going to be a separate data line. This is just the way I'm arranging it. So we have 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. Oh, I forgot the 16 here. 32. Now let's make sure I have 18, 16, 20, 16, 22, 16, 24, 16, 26, 16, 28, 16, 30, 16, 32, 16. We're almost done. 34, 16, 36, 16, and 38, 16. You know what? If I just erase that line, I'm going to be really upset. And I erased it. So, I'm going to have to do this over again. And let's see, 18, 16, 20, 16, 22, 24, 26, 28. I get right to the end of the line, and instead of pressing enter, somehow I hit the escape key, which erased everything, and that's the way my life usually goes. So I'm not surprised. 36, 16, and 38, 16, and this time I'll hit the enter key. And so we have the base of the triangle here, and like I said, we have the peak of the triangle and the sides, and it's just a centered triangle in the middle of the text screen. So what I need to do now is we're on line 4, I believe, is set up a program. But first we're going to set up the screen. I'm not that familiar with text screen, so it always throws me off when I try to use it. So we're going to go for maybe a white background. CLS 5 ought to do it. 100, go to 100. We're going to check that we have a white background. This is going to be a quick video. This is just how to draw with data lines. So we're almost there. Line 6 is going to be our program part. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to read I'm going to read X, and then I'm going to read Y. And what this is going to do is whenever it sees read, it's going to look for the nearest data line, or not the nearest, but the first data line. It's going to start looking for data lines in the order that they're typed in. So when it reads X, it's going to read 28, and when it reads Y, it's going to read 6. So now the computer has a set of coordinates. And so like I told you, I did them by coordinates here. I have them arranged. So we have the program part. Now we're going to have the graphic part. And this is my first time trying this. GRAPHIC graphic. It's going to be simply set X, comma Y, and it's going to be a yellow triangle, guys. I like my colors. This is why they included colors with this computer. That's why it's called a color computer, so that you can make use of these 9 colors. And like I said before, I don't use the black background. I opt to use the lower resolution, but it has more colors, and that's what I like. So now I'm not that familiar with the read commands, but we're going to try it like this, and we're going to see what happens. If I need to make changes, I'll make changes. Go to 6, let's run this, and we got our triangle. However, we have an out of data error in 7. So that's because it's looking for more data, and this is what I was afraid of. There's a way to remedy this, but I don't know what the remedy is. And I can't really refer to any text right now because I might close the program off. I know there's a way that there's a command that you put in there, so when it reaches the last data, it will stop and it won't give you an error. EOT is end of EOD. There's a command, but I don't know it. So to avoid this problem until I have further information, what I'm going to do is just simply count how many sets I have here. I have 20 sets of numbers. So we're going to renumber our program. And we're going to make line 7, 8. And forgive me for being ignorant about this. There's a command that you put in so that this doesn't happen. And when it reaches the end of data, it lets the computer know that that's the end of data and don't search for any more, because the go-to loop is going to keep demanding that the computer reads. And when the computer reads the last number, which would be Y16, it doesn't know, it will not go back and reread the data. It's going to keep looking for more data because of the go-to. If I don't have the go-to in here, it will only read XY once, and we would just end up with this point here, and that wouldn't be any good. So now that I made this space in here, I'm going to put line 7 for n equals 1 to 20. Okay, so we're going to replace the go-to with next n, and this will fix the issue. And so once it cycles 20 times, it will not look for any more read lines. And so now we have our triangle. And we, with literally no effort, alright, guys, now, I could cut this off here and make it look a little better, but these are big pixels. So you get what you get when you use TextScreen. But it's nice to be able to use all 9 colors. And the purpose of the data lines is that we would have, if we didn't use data lines, guys, we would have to write set 20 times with parentheses and commas and all of these 3 numbers in here. This way it just blows right through it and it does it for you 20 times. Would you rather type in a few coordinates? Yes, that's the reason we have data lines. And the good thing about this is I could possibly manipulate this so that I could get the graphic to move around the screen. But that would require, to be honest with you, I would have to extend the program. And that's not really what this program is about, because right off the handle, I can't think of a way to do it. And, but I'm open to suggestions. So, I mean, it's possible that I could try this, but I don't know what would happen. I will attempt it. If I can't do it, then oh well, but at least I tried, right? Let's see if we can get the graphic to move. That would be good, right? So here we're going to put animation, and I'm just attempting this. I've never tried this before. I've never actually drawn with data lines. It was just a thought that I had, a passing thought, and I figured I'd share it with you. So we're going to put x equals x plus, these are increments of 2, so 2. We're only going to try going to the right. We're going to edit 14, and we're going to say that if x is greater than, and now it cannot be greater than, let's say, we're going to move it over 28 times 2. Now I just broke a calculator the other day, so now I have to buy another one, and now I'm going to use my graphing calculator to figure out what 38 times 2 is, and that's 76, so we can't go that far. I could move it over maybe 10 spaces, more than that. If x is greater than 48, Jesus, I don't. This is going to be a strange program. Let's not put that there right now. We're just going to say x equals x plus 2, and we'll let it go into an error. This is just I'm doing an analysis right now, so it's just to see what happens. So 15 is going to go sub 15 is for t equals 1 to 500. Next t, put a timer in there. We're going to go sub to 6. And, well, actually 16 is going to be CLS 5. 17 is go sub to 6. Now, x equals x plus 2. Go to, not go sub, go to 6. And nothing happens. Out of data error in 8. So we get the graphic. We go to 6. As soon as it hits 8, out of data. So I believe that 17 should be clear. 18 should be go to 6. See if that doesn't fix it. It's blinking, but it's not moving. And so this tells me that 14 should be clear and 17 should be x equals x plus 2. And we're still not getting any movement. Clear, bright, x equals x plus 2. That's not working. Yeah, I'm not doing too well on this. I don't know where I'm going wrong. Clear. When it reads X, it's not applying this at all. So, what I really need to do is try something else. So maybe 17, we're going to try set x plus 2, y plus 2, not y, we're leaving y the way it is and staying yellow. And instead of going to 6, we're going to read, oh god, 17 is going to read x, 18 is going to read y, 19 Lord, read number 18, 17, 1, list 17 for n equals 1 to 20, list 20, graphic number 2, or graphic 2, 21, set x plus 2, comma y, comma 2, 22, next, what is it, next, n, 100, go to 100, and now it moved. Do you see that move over, guys? It did. And what I'm going to do so you can see that more clearly is list 1 to 10, and we'll begin at 4, and instead of go to 100, 100 will be go to 4, and 23 will be another clear statement. And now see how it's moving back and forth? This is how you draw with data lines, and apparently how you can animate with data lines. The only thing we're missing here is our timer after the clear to make it not bounce so much for t equals 1 to 500, next t. Now that'll clear up the issue of it bouncing like that, and now it's just smooth back and forth scrolling. And this is on the text screen, so I could make these colors any of 9 colors here and here. So we have, I don't know how many color combinations, I think 81 different color combinations. If there could be 9 colors here and 9 colors here, we have 9 times 9 is 81. 81. And if I'm not mistaken, I guess that means stupid thing. I hate this graphing calculator. So 9 times 9 is 81. So there should be 81 different color combinations. This is the best I can do right now because I'm not that familiar with this. But what I wanted to do was reuse our original lines. So we have 1 to 10, screen program graphic, animation, graphic 2, I don't know, I'm kind of lost in this right now, but I wanted to make it go all the way to the right, but I can't figure out a way to apply a number like that unless instead of 2, clear, let's renumber line 23, list it, renumber line 23, list it, we'll make 23, because I'm getting lost in this here, lost animation 2, so we have graphic 2, animation 2, animation ends at here, that's animation 1, So this should be screen 2. So renumber line 16. List this. (13, 14, 15, 16 should be screen 2. Now this makes sense. So screen 2, graphic 2, animation 2, go to 4, 27, forget that, go to 4, list this. So we have 2 screens, prompts, 2 graphic prompts, and now list 1 to 10. Screen is literally just the CLS. So renumber, not line 18. (18) would be our program 2. So we have screen 2, program 2, which is the read data lines, graphic 2, and see how this is a pain in the neck. Now the reason I used all those data lines was to eliminate repetitive program lines, and so I need to find a way to get rid of all of this, and we're going to renumber as line 100, line 16. So I can get rid of all this junk here. Now you already saw that it works, so I'm just going to be bold and delete all of this garbage because it's unnecessary. Now once we clear the memory, it's able to read these numbers again. Then there's a timer, and we're going to clear the screen. Or there's a clear screen here already. So after the timer, it's going to clear, then there's going to be a timer. I'm going to say z equals z plus 2. So z starts off at 0. 17 is going to go to 5. And we're simply going to edit line 11 and put x plus z. Z. Oh man. X plus z. And look at it. It's moving. It moved, but it only moved one place to the right. And that is because we're clearing the z as well. So we're going to have to place this somewhere else. And if we want z to start at 0, that's going to be pretty much impossible. Unless I edit 5 and put z equals z plus 2. I gotta put it somewhere. we're going to get rid of line 16, get rid of line 17, list it. So now that command is here, and 16 is going to be go to 5. Now it should work, and it's not going anywhere. So because of this clear statement, it's not accumulating, and unless there's another statement to allow it to read the data again, and I believe there is, I just don't know what the command is, we can't use it. And I know there's a special word, and you know what, I'm gonna look for it. Without shutting this recording off, hopefully. I think as long as I keep this window open, I'm okay. Now, this is the problem with, I don't have the book. I only have the book on file. So I don't know what you guys are seeing right now, but the video is still going, so if you see what I see, I'm looking at getting started with Extended Color Basic. And I don't know where data lines are covered. Let's see. I have no idea where data lines are covered. Let's try back to basics. It doesn't seem like it. Getting down to business. Managing numbers. Nope. Managing words. You know, I'm just going to look in the index. And find data lines. Data. You see here, data. Looks like they give me a whole bunch of different pages. 48, start there, reading, 48, yeah, that's not it. Oh, here we go, data. If I wanted to read again, okay, restore. Okay guys, so let me get the heck out of this so I can see what I'm doing here. Now this word 14 should be restore, not clear. And now we have movement, guys. Check that out. We have movement. Isn't that great? Just with a little bit of patience, we eliminated about 20 lines, and you would be typing your life away if you had to do it like that. So with a simple restore statement, we can get it to read those lines again, and inserting Z as a cumulative, it will keep accumulating too. The only problem with that is it's going to start 2 pixels to the right of where I wanted it to start. So if I put X minus Z, and Z is if Z is going to start off with 2, that wouldn't help. If I put -2, that wouldn't make any sense. So I don't know how to get it to start at exactly where we want it. But that's not the point here. The point is that this is working. So we drew a triangle with data lines, and then with the restore statement, we're able to animate this triangle. And of course, when it reaches the border, it's going to give me an error. And the only way to prevent that is to print Z. So what we need to do is say that edit 5 and say that if, it's very simple reasoning here, if Z is greater than 24, because it's in intervals of 2, then end, or then or we could say then Z, if we don't want it to end, then we could say that then Z equals 0. So let's try that. Now, I don't know what the heck just happened here. What is going on here? List, print Z, list. Run. That's really weird. I don't know why that's happening. If Z is greater than 24, then Z equals 0. If Z equals 24 is greater than 24, okay. Well, it's not greater than 24. Edit 5. Let's just delete this. It's not working correctly. So I'm just going to leave it at this. Edit 5. Run this. At least we get this movement. I could say down here 16, if Z is greater than 24, then Z equals 0. Because if the condition is not met, it will not read the rest of the line. It will go on to the next line. And this should solve the problem. It should go all the way over to the edge right here. And then it should go back to the beginning and do our animation over again. Print Z. If Z is, should have stopped it right there. Edit 16. If Z is greater than 22, maybe that'll stop it. There it goes. So we were off by 1. And now we have our animation. Now this video is already taken up a lot more time than I thought, so I'm going to end it here. We can keep going, we can make it go back the other way, but I don't have time for that. So if we renumber this in increments of 1, we only use 17 lines of BASIC, and we got a nice little program out of it, and I hope you learned something. If you have anything to add, please add it in the comments. Otherwise, take care. Thanks for watching.